Hello everybody, welcome to the Biohacking Consultant. My name is Dr. Farah Fatani, you can just call me Farah, and I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. This is my brand new podcast for biohacking and all things wellness and longevity. But before we dive deep into mitochondria or light therapy or fasting hacks, I wanted to take a moment to introduce myself and really let you know exactly what you can expect from this podcast and from me, and tell you a little bit about myself as well. So I got a medical degree from King Abdulaziz University in Saudi Arabia, where I worked as a medical doctor for a while. Realized I had a deep passion for science and all things healthcare. So I wanted to learn the back end of it too, not just the clinical stuff. Went back to school, got an MBA from Penn State University, and I focused on systems and optimization and strategies within healthcare to also combine with the clinical knowledge. Somewhere along the way, I realized that those same principles that we use in business can and should also be applied to the human body. And that's kind of where I fell down the rabbit hole of biohacking. And really haven't looked back since. Biohacking to me is the fusion of cutting-edge science and ancient wisdom. And it's all about taking your health in your own hands and being proactive and not reactive. And it's really about living better, but also living longer. So, I remember in grad school at Penn State, I gave a speech about how we should focus on, not striving for perfection, but aiming for longevity. Whether it's longevity in how long you live, or longevity in a job or a relationship, or anything that you would want longevity in. And so basically this podcast is going to be all about longevity in living, and how well and how long you live, and your quality of life, and healthcare and biohacking. And each week I'll be bringing you science-backed strategies, expert interviews, real-world tools for optimizing your mind, body, and performance. So whether you're curious about supplements or sleep, gut health, wearables, longevity protocols, this is your space. But, let me back up for a second, because after years of traditional medicine, I saw a growing disconnect between what we were taught in our textbooks and what people really needed to thrive. And that's really when I started exploring holistic wellness, functional medicine, ancient healing practices. I mean, our ancestors didn't have modern medicine and everything we have now, and they thrived. So I started applying some of those things to myself and my clients, and the results were undeniable. And, of course, that's where I founded FAF Advisory. That is a patient-centered, wellness-focused advisory firm dedicated to helping individuals, executives, and organizations optimize their health, performance, and longevity. At FAF Advisory, we blend precision diagnostics, personalized wellness plans, and evidence-based hacking protocols to create real transformation. And this podcast is essentially an extension of that mission. And that's what I wanted to get out there, really. So we're here to break down the science. We're here to bust the myths and, make cutting-edge wellness accessible. We want it accessible for everyone, whether you're a high-performing entrepreneur or a busy parent, or just someone looking to take control of your own health. I wanted this show to basically be your weekly dose of inspiration and information. So we'll talk about fasting, we'll talk saunas, we'll talk cold plunges, all that stuff that's been sort of in the forefront recently within, the biohacking space. We'll dive a little deeper as well. We'll explore brain health, hormones, peptides, nootropics, and so much more. We've got a long way to go, and so much to talk about. Also, you gotta know that I'm always gonna keep it real with you. There's always gonna be high quality insights, and hopefully maybe a few laughs along the way. So, I want to thank you for being here. I want to encourage you to hopefully, come along this journey with me every week. Hit that subscribe button. Share the podcast with someone who needs a health upgrade. And get ready to unlock the best version of yourself. Again, I am Farah Fatani, MBBS, MBA, and this is the Biohacking Consultant.